Good evening, friends, and welcome to another art night. Tonight is going to be an extra spooky and ghostly one, as it is Halloween, of course. And I am personally not a huge fan of horror things, but what I definitely am a fan of is messing with images and playing around with them and turning images into something completely different from what they are typically. So, we're going to have some creepy, spooky fun tonight. A bit of a very light take this. No, thank you. My MacBook is so responsible. Um, a very light warning if you're someone who doesn't like spooky, mildly scary things. Maybe this one is not for you. I don't think I'm going to do anything too edgy. I don't really like that stuff myself, but I am going to talk a little bit about the stuff of nightmares and explore that visually a little bit. So, you know, be warned. Okay, so with that in mind, let's jump right in. I am going to get some images for us to work with, and we're going to tear them apart.
Did you know you can find us on Facebook?
Oh,
You can support us by becoming a fan. Tune in on www.halloweenradio.net.
so yeah, tonight we're listening to www.halloweenradio.net. There's going to be a thing in the video description, so do check them out and subscribe. They basically play Halloween music year round. So if this is your jam, uh, then yeah, I've hooked you up with this. Okay, so what were we saying? Yeah, so I'm going to do some visual manipulations to images. I like to get stuff that's really kind of basic and neutral. Maybe I'll use some stock images of these like generic life scene scenarios and give them an unsettling, creepy element. Or maybe I'll just go completely crazy and just make something really extreme. I haven't really decided yet. So I think a good place to start with these things is something personal because I think that fear is something that we all universally experience, and I think that fear, the origins of fear and what makes things scary, are quite universal. But then, with that, every person brings their own individual flavor to that, and everyone kind of pours their own mental content onto these elements. So something like, helplessness is something that is universally frightening to people. People like to be in control of their life and control of their condition. When that control is taken away, then there's fear. But everyone, if you say what does helplessness mean to you, every person will give you their own definition, and you're not going to get two definitions that are the same. So I'm going to draw on a personal experience of my own, and this is, uh, I think that fear is something that really starts. I think it's very ingrained in who we are. It's very deep in there. It's one of the most primal, instinctual things that make us up, and I think it goes back to like womb stuff, like back. So with that in mind, I'm going to work with some stuff that I've had being very young, and this is a childhood nightmare that haunted me as a young child, prepubescent child, and I still I still remember it today. I don't remember the details of the nightmare, but I remember uh, like the general things that I've seen, and I definitely remember it's like scaring me. Uh, just terrifying me as a young child. So I'm going to find us a image of a kitchen. I'm gonna go on Google for this and find us an image of a kitchen. And I'm looking for something kind of wholesome, but I don't want it to be too sterile. Like something like this. This is a little. This doesn't look like someone lives here. I'm looking for something that does feel a little bit homey, but not, in like unneglected or. I'm looking for something fairly like plain.
Follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/Halloween Radio.
So we have a bunch of kitchens here. I'm actually going to try and get a better quality image. So something a little bit bigger to work with. Okay, this is perfect. So this kitchen looks... Oh, it's Julia Child's kitchen. Okay, well, it's terrifying to me, so I'm gonna get it. And this is going to be the setting. And I don't know. I mean, I think that the kitchen is probably the scariest room in the house, I would say. Unless you have, I mean, with my house, the kitchen and the living room are kind of together. But there's something about kitchens because you have knives there, and everything that's sharp is kind of goes back to like being afraid of like animal with sharp teeth and stuff. It's it's really like ingrained in our reptile mind to be leery of that stuff. So scary knives, we have those in the image, and all of these, like, we have fire in the kitchen, again another thing that reflexively we were afraid of. And I'm going to try and find like a robe with like a hood, or yeah, let's try that. So I'm looking for something like this, but these, whoa, yeah, something like this, but I don't think I can grab this image. And also I'm looking for something that's more from like a side angle. So, okay, this is not bad. A little. Why is the site so small? Not gonna be able to reap any salt with that. Silly. Okay, this is not too bad. Oh, we got some Jedi. What about this? I can probably work with this, but we'll see if I can find something better. Okay, this is also pretty perfect. So we have some options here. I'm looking for something a little bit. What about this? Oh, this is just a cape on a hanger. Not gonna do it. Some dogs barking. This radio station is wild. Okay, we have some good options here. I'm just gonna scroll down a little bit more and try to find the... Oh yeah. Look at that. Okay, let's get this. This is already kind of terrifying. I'm gonna save it. Now let's get a couple of the previous ones we saw that I liked. I know I can work with that one 100%. Oh my god, some of these are so bad. This one. This one actually I like because with white fabric you can superimpose whatever pattern you want on it. But I don't know if I can get the full quality one with these catalog-y ones. Yeah, you can't actually get the image, so they're jerks about it a little bit. Whatever. I'll just get my own. This no, it wasn't this one. I remember there was this person wearing like a bluish robe earlier on. Like a ton of these here. I think it was right before these Jedi dudes started showing up. Or maybe I passed it. There it is. Okay. Yeah. I'll get this one as well. If it will let me. Cool. Love it. And now I'm going to get us some arms. So the image from my nightmare was a figure in like a heavy kind of like shower gown type thing. I remember it being light blue and having this color. And it was kind of hunched. It wasn't like fully like keeled forth, but it was kind of hunched forth. And instead of a head, it just had these like two serpentine, like kind of spidery arms poking out of where like its neck would be, and it had no arms. So this, I don't know where I conjured that image from as being just a young child, but I remember it terrifying me. So I'm going to try and find these kind of serpentine arms. So let's look at some arms. What's this? These are not arms at all. Okay, these are some of these are arms. I want arms that are doing like something. Maybe like I don't like any of these images. Alright, so let's get a ballerina or something. Okay, this is already better. Yeah, I need like gesturing arms. This is not too bad, but I want arms that are bare. This is tiny. this. I can probably use this. I want some more like expression on the arms. Something like this. But let's try like modern dance. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, yeah, let's get this. That's perfect. Let's maybe get some more. This is pretty good. Yeah, let's get this. In the nightmare it was just 2 arms. But if I get like very good arms out of this, I will use more. You don't want arms that are in a fist. Okay, let's see what else I have here. I'll just get like a couple more arms. These arms are too like... I want arms that are like kind of coiled. People love to like take shots of dancers like extending their arms, but not so much of them. All of the like pose shots here of people extending their arms, which is interesting. Okay, what about this? I don't like the bangles. I think I'm just gonna have to live with what I got. I don't want to spend this video looking for images on Google. So yeah, I'll just work with what I've got so far. Should be plenty for this. So let's hide this and bring everything into Photoshop. Okay, so let's start with the kitchen. That's going to be our setting. And I'll get this in there. And then this weird robe, get that in there as well. And then yeah, I don't need that. And then the dancer. And then don't save. And then these dancers. I kind of like the idea of one arm being like a manly arm and the other arm being like a feminine arm. Just to kind of add to like the bizarreness of the whole thing. But we'll see how it actually performs. If it looks too weird, then maybe not. Yeah, let's try it. So no, don't save. Alright, so let's just hide all of this stuff for now and start by selecting our figure. Let's start with this one. Let's see what the blending modes give me. By the way, for those of you who are Photoshop fans, you might notice that I kind of like multiply, honestly. It's very ghostly and kind of terrifying. Let's keep it at normal for now. What was I talking about? Yeah, so for those of you who are Photoshop heads, you notice that 2019 Photoshop came out and they've changed some stuff. Most of it good, I would say almost all of it good. A few things I would disagree with, but I'm not going to do a review of Photoshop 2019 tonight, or probably ever, because this is not that kind of channel. So I don't really need that arm there because I don't want this being or nightmare creature or whatever to have arms at all. It's scary enough as it is. So I'm gonna trim that back. Of course, the best and probably fastest way to do this is using the pen tool. I always say this every week, but you know, I'm lazy. Alright, so if you are someone who's just starting with Photoshop, don't do as I do as I say. Use the pen tool. Alright, let's keep going here. Keep going. This is all in. This is in. Do I want the legs? I think I do. There's something unsettling about a creepy being in your kitchen in the middle of the night with hands for a face. And then just standard like bare feet. You know, the audacity of it is unsettling. Alright, it's close enough. Let's mask it. Why did I get the face? Alright, yeah, I'll take care of that real quick. And then let's get the other one and see which one works better. So this will be very easy to cut, I think, which is good. I don't need the head at all. I'm just gonna use the silhouette of the coat. I don't really need that hand either. I'll take care of that in a second. Yeah, just follow the contour of the sleeve. Beauty. Yeah, it's good. Let's mask it. Okay, so we have two options here. I can work with this or this. So what is scarier? Having the being turn to face you, no shoes, and just kind of standing there like it's all good, or this hunching, kind of lumbering, shadowy thing. That doesn't yet acknowledge you but it's definitely like immediately there. Which one is spookier? It's a good question. I think that I'll go with this one because it's truer to the theme of the nightmare, which was what happened in the nightmare. If only for the fact that the robe is like the right color. So I'm gonna hide this one for now. I might get back to it if this doesn't work out the way I want to. So let's move this one up here and move this one down for now so that I don't need to worry about it. And let's just position this person here. I'd say size-wise, that's about... It might be a tiny bit too tall. What do you want, Photoshop? What is it? Oh, goodness. Why won't it let me transform? Should be fine. Do I have my caps lock on or something? What do you want, Photoshop? What do you want? Just hide it for a second. Right. And bring it back. There we are. Okay, I don't know what that was about. But let's transform this. Something wrong with my... This is spooky indeed. Did I lock this layer? What is the deal? I've pressed something and now my mouse won't do it. Alright, everything else seems to be working fine. I'll just scale it this way, I guess. Okay, fine. Have to get creative. Anyway. No, still won't do it. That's the right size. Sorry about this. My computer is acting up a bit. This should be fine. Alright, so let's take a look. Oh, and it won't let me zoom now. What is up? It won't let me scale my brushes. Okay, I'm just gonna save this real quick. And I'm going to reset my essentials. Even though I don't like this stuff. Okay, now what is up? You won't let me switch to the brush. Okay, I'm gonna quit Photoshop. And I'm going to start again. There we go. Okay. All is right in the world. Fantastic. So, with that in mind, let's start adjusting the robe here. Again, sorry about the troubleshooting. Let's see. So we need to get rid of this arm, which shouldn't be too hard to do. I'm just going to like melt this in and just clone stamp the whole thing here. So let's do that. And my clone stamp. Let me brush a bit bigger. Stamp a bunch here. Just get rid of this. Get rid of all of that. Get the belt. A little bit more. Try and create some visual interest here. And then this blue is going to be, I'm going to superimpose it on here. So I'm going to use this outline here and build this. And then I'm going to extend this down some. So that it just goes like so. I would say overdone in a smidge. That's not too bad. And then get rid of that. Have to be a little bit careful here. And then continue this all the way down. So I want this to be, yeah, aligned with the belt. And then this, I'm going to flip over. Where's my clone source? There it is. And that's going to be the back of the robe. Actually, maybe I'm better off making it kind of like weirdly symmetrical. Coming off of that and doing something like this. That kind of works better in a way. So messed up. Oh man. Okay. Yeah, fine. And then just with a brush here, clear all of this nonsense out. I overdid it a little bit. Also, why is my foreground this weird green? Um, Photoshop is really acting out today. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And then get rid of all of this nastiness. Get rid of this. Okay. And now I just need to like match up the robe, which should be easy. So back to the clone stamp. I'm going to select like this. And that's going to be the S line. Alright. So, yeah. An armless, distorted body. No shoes. I really should have done a better job, a cleaner job on the cut here, but that's easy to fix. Those fringes are... they're old friends at this point. Um, what is this? Oh yeah, that's just the kitchen. Okay, fine. It's a weird kitchen. Yeah. So this is good. Now I need to take care of this face. So let's just darken this area. It already has kind of like a dark outline here, so that shouldn't be too difficult to do. Just need to pay attention. If any of the people watching are Todd in the Shadows fans, I don't know where I'm going with this, but yeah. Alright, let's do this. Darken this here just to pay a little bit attention so that I still have the outline of like the hood of the robe. Okay. This is already not too bad. Just fix this area a bit. Touch up here. Yeah, this is not unsettling at all. Right. Let's move these a bit. Oh yeah, it totally did steal a bit of the kitchen there that I didn't mean to. But I think it's on the clone stamp layer. So with my trusty brush, fix that right quick. And then again over here. Okay. Creepy children chanting. jump scares. Alright. Lovely. So this is what we have now. Now we need to make this figure a little bit more hunched, which shouldn't be too hard. Let's try distort first. What? Why do I keep getting stuff that I don't want here? No. None of this. None of this. None of this stuff. None of this stuff. Thank you. None of this stuff. Okay. Back to where we were. Yeah. So this and this. And then let's try skew. No, I won't work actually. Is what I want. So I'm just gonna convert these two into a smart object, and then warp that. So I want this thing to kind of lean forward a bit, like it's crouched. Try and keep it natural, but who are we kidding? So before, after. Looks like it's doing stretches. I'm gonna actually flip this horizontally. Because it makes more sense to me that it would read this way. I don't know why. And then let's warp it a tiny bit more actually. Try and get like a band in the back. A little bit. Right, so and again with this silly, I don't know where this is coming from. Right, there we go. It's coming from inside the house. Yeah, this is fine. Now, the arms. So let's start bringing those in. This is gonna be... Seriously? This is going to be easy, I think. Maybe not that easy. There's like some gesture in here in the fingers, but all in all, it shouldn't be too difficult. So far, so good. Make this a little smaller. Good stuff. And just to be extra meticulous.
Get out! Go away!
Go away. Okay. He doesn't want to go away. Okay. Good. This is good. So yeah, so these arms, I'm going to kind of bend them so that they're all swiggly and terrifying like that. And the thing is, like with the joints, it can be cool to like add extra joints or just make like the arm bend against the joint, which is like we're very conditioned to like not accept that as natural and well healthy, because joints are not supposed to bend that way. Okay, so I'm going to mask that. We got one arm, and then I'm going to copy that. And what did I do? Oh yeah, actually get rid of that mask. Get the other arm. This arm is going to be a little bit more work because I need to get in the fingers here. The pain of being it always lingers between spare ribs and broken fingers. Okay. And so does the pain of Photoshop. It's the same principle. Alright, so let's make this a little bit smaller, quite a bit smaller. Just draw this out. Yeah. No. No, don't want. What is happening? This is horrifying. What the fuck, radiohalloween.net. I guess I got what I asked for. I wanted terror and I got terror. Okay, so let's make this. Good. That's close enough, I would say. Apply a mask. And we have our arms. Now, one of these arms is going to be flipped. Good. And now, let's start positioning them. Obviously, quite a bit too big right now. So let's make that a little bit smaller. Place that there. So if this was the arm of the actual like person of this size, I would say it would be about this size. So that makes sense, kinda. And then the other arm, let's move that in there. This one strangely works size-wise. It's just a matter of like bending them right. Good. So now let's start painting the darkness here. I'm gonna get a very fuzzy, as fuzzy as I can get it, brush. To have this thing kind of emerge from the shadow here. And then same treatment for this one. Let's make it quite a bit larger. Oh, I'm working on the wrong one. Okay, that's why. Put this up here. Okay, good. So, which one should be on top? I would say this one should be on top. Even though it doesn't make sense anatomically. But such is the nature of nightmares, I guess. So, I mean, pretty terrifying, I would say. Walking out into the kitchen for like a glass of water in the middle of the night and running into something like this. You know, not a fun time. Let's adjust this a bit. So I want to bend these arms. I want to bend them like Beckham. So I need to bring this down and then adjust it. What I'm going to do... Well, let's try kind of like a standard transform first. See what that gives us. I'm assuming not much. Oh, this is this arm. Okay. So yeah, let's bring this down some. And then this up. I'm actually kind of digging the squish that's happening here. But it's not giving me enough, I don't think, to like really work with. Yeah, not feeling it. Let's try breaking this thing into its joints and see what that does. So let's make a copy. Bring our brush again. Make it not fuzzy at all. And then just get this, just the elbow. Ah, you overdid it. See, you gotta be careful. Okay, just the elbow. And then with the other one, it's gonna be the exact opposite. So just north of the elbow. Okay, and now let's try this. So, which one is that one? Yeah, okay. So free transform on that. And rotate it some. Bring it in. Rotate it some more. Bring it in, rotate it some more. What is going on? Okay. I should adjust the shading on the mask here. So bring back my brush again, change it to white, and add some information here, which was lost, and then make another extra fuzzy brush, and just keeping what I need. So if I hide this, make the brush not so fuzzy. And then quite a bit fuzzy. Kind of went overboard here a little bit. That's fine, and then fix that. Good. So this looks natural. Well, you know what I mean. Okay. So now with this one, let's bring that down. No, not you. And this one. There we are. That doesn't look as natural anymore, does it? That's fine though. I kind of like the disjointed, well, joint. And I can make this work. So on this one again, bring my brush, make it very small and very fuzzy. Nope. No. Which one is this? Yeah, there it is. Okay. And then on this one, paint the elbow in. Cool. So this looks fine, I would say. Obviously, I'm kind of rushing this because I want to show you some more stuff and I don't want to spend all night on this one image. But we're getting pretty close, I would say. Now let's fix the other hand. What do I want it to do even? This one is already quite bendy. Maybe I want that one in the front. Let me see what that looks like. No. Alright. I like it in the front because it makes less sense. If both thumbs are like this way, it's more like it's more off than. But then, well, but if it's in the back, you still get that effect, don't you? Yeah. It's just not as pronounced. I think I'll keep it, honestly. Maybe just add a little bit of fade here. What am I doing? No, no, no. I keep doing the same thing. Which one is this? Yeah, it's fine. Honestly, I liked it more before. Just need to add a little distinction here, that's it. So that it doesn't look like they're connected at the joint. That's it. That's all you need. That's all you need. Okay, so you know, if I was to give this thing the full treatment, I would like take care of these fringes, which is easy to do. It's easy if you try. Where is the suit? There it is. Okay, so let's just create this. Get this color. Oh, why is it so fuzzy? It's way too fuzzy. There we go. And then kind of like shade it here. And I know what you're thinking. This looks awful. You're not wrong. But I am going to take care of it. So let's clip it down. And change the blend mode to something like hue. No, it's not strong enough. Color. Not strong enough. Darken. Multiply, no. Darken. Lighten. Screen. Soft light overlay. Yeah, darken is. Darken it is. And then apply a little mask here. Clear all of that nonsense off. So you see, it's quite easy to do. I'm obviously doing this very fast, but to get rid of those pesky fringes is not that hard. It's too much. Now let's take care of the rest of them. What did I do? Oh my god, I did it again. Photoshop. Why you treat me like this? There you go. Yeah, I'm gonna save this again. And put Photoshop. Sorry about that. I don't know if it's because it's 2019 or if it's because my computer is acting up, but it's a real bummer. Also, alternatively, I can just do like a better job here with this mask. So, B. And just get rid of this nonsense. It's not really crucial that we get all the information on the fingernail. And just do this, this, this. There are ways, there are ways. Where there's a will, there's a way. Blah, blah, blah. I should have done a better job cutting this from the get-go. But I didn't. Because I was lazy. See, this is, kids, this is why you use the pen tool. You think you can just half-ass it and do a quick job, and then 2 hours later you're doing this. Which is, you know, not the end of the world, but... Okay, that was a little bit crude. There we go. That was a little bit crude. That's good, that's good. And okay, that's a little bit crude. It's a weird curve of the feet here, which I'm digging because I want this to be unsettling. And it is. So I'm happy with that. It's really just the feet that are upsetting. Why is laughter creepy? Especially this kind of like goofy. It almost sounds like weeping. It doesn't sound joyous at all. Why is laughter creepy? I mean, it is. It's undeniably creepy to hear someone laughing like that, but why? Alright, fine. I really am not proud of the way that I handle these fringes. There are better ways, and there are quicker ways. But that does it. That's fine, I would say. I can take this element and like tweak it a bunch to really make it like live in its surroundings if I wanted to. What I will do is just make it kind of stand out. So I'm going to darken the the kitchen and get like a vignette on this creature.
Every Halloween, we make you scream.
Goodness.
Radio.com.
Alright, so let's just bring the hue to like a greenish, kind of unsettling tone, because is unsettling. It's the color of like sickness. Bring the saturation down on this a tad. Then let's create some contrast. So make our brights quite a bit brighter. Make our darks quite a bit darker. Now let's that already kind of creates interest in the middle just because of the way the image was originally lit. I'm actually going to make the contrast like ridiculous. It's a little too light though. Let's bring the lightness down. And I will change the blend mode on this to just luminosity. Alright, so what this does is, first of all, it's going to make our subject pop. And also, it's going to create that unsettling, high contrast always. We're all kind of wired to consume these kind of mass media. It's always connected with cinematic, dramatic. It helps the eye physically focus on the subject when there's high contrast. It separates the darkness from the light in a way that's more efficient. Whereas when it's the other way around, images tend to look flat. And then, what else do I want to do to this? I do want to create a subtle vignette, so I'll bring in a gradient just on top of the whole thing. Like a radial gradient. I don't know why it chose that color. Oh, that was my foreground for some reason. Okay, so it's gonna be black and white. And I'm going to say okay to that. Wait. So where am I with this? So right now the black is in the middle and okay, I need it to be the other way around. So switch these up some. Yeah, there we go. Okay. There we are. That's what I wanted. And then make the light a little bit more pronounced. Okay, and then I'll have that on top of everything actually. And blend that in. The soft light. Cool, so before and after. And if that's too stark, I think it's actually fine. But let's say that's too stark, we can bring the opacity down on it a tad. And bring that together. I don't know why I did this, by the way. Okay. And then here I'm going to put a bunch of things. So on top of all of this, should probably create a shadow for this person, but I don't have. Well, looks like the shadow just kind of casts down. We can do that, shouldn't be too hard. So, where did I put them? There it is. Okay, so let's make a copy of this. Create a new layer on top of that. Paint that in like a shadow color. Clip that to the group. Yikes. And then transform that. Yeah. So, what have I done here? Oh, I know what I've done. Okay. So let's hide this again. And hide this. Image, apply image. Yeah, so I accidentally forgot to turn that off. Alright, so now it should be fine. Great. Bring our shadow down into the group. Command T. Let's flip that. Vertically. That it grows from the feet here. This is kind of the stupid way of doing this, but I'm clearly not in an intelligent mood today. And then change the blending mode to soft light or something. Bring the opacity to like 60 and the fill to like 60. Just helps kind of ground it a little bit in the scene, even if it's ridiculous. I would maybe make that like shorter. And somehow chunkier. And rotate it a tad. And stretch it out. What's with all the screaming? Jeez. And then bring the opacity up a tad. Yeah, it's fine. Maybe just make it a tiny bit darker. Okay. Doesn't need to be perfect at all. As long as the idea is there. Alright, so with that in mind, now the last thing I would do is kind of manipulate the image itself here. So let's do let's increase the contrast on this as well, but not as drastically as we did on everything else. Just to bring some information. Let's increase the saturation overall. Just like contrast, saturation is also something.
You know you can find us on Facebook.
How I want this to be.
You can support us by becoming a fan.
I want this to be pass through. Change that to normal. Yeah. Just like with contrast, saturation, high saturation kind of helps us focus on information because we are conditioned to perceive color. And then let's play with the hue, make it like, no, the other one, yeah, there it is, kind of sickly green. And then what else do I want to do with this thing? It's always a good idea to just apply something to the whole image, something that affects everything in the image. So let's do something with the exposure. I'll just bring it up, or bring it down rather, all around. And then maybe one last thing that I'm going to do on everything. Um, just adjust the lightness maybe. So bring down this. And we're pretty much done. I mean, I could pretty this up a bit more. I can do like take care of the fringes a bit. You can still kind of see them, despite my best efforts, or despite my kind of like half-assed efforts. But I think this is okay for now. I can like perfect it later. But yeah, this is the general idea. All right. Let's do some more stuff. So let's do. What else is terrifying? We're just gonna save this. So, as a kid, um, me and my family we used to go visit my grandma every Friday night for a Friday night dinner, and at my grandma's they had this like uh mechanical head facing. I don't remember it in very vivid detail. That was rigged to the flushing device in a toilet. I know. And this weird novelty like prank thing. Every time you'd flush the toilet, it would like go and do this just blood churning, terrifying laughter. And again, I was very young. I wasn't the bravest kid, and I wasn't the most intelligent either. And that thing, like every single time, would like terrify me to tears. Uh, and then one night, I made such a fuss about it that my dad took the thing off the wall and pretended to throw it out of the window at my grandma's. Now my grandma lived up on like the eighth floor, so it was a long way down. I remember I didn't see the thing go out the window. Obviously, my dad didn't actually throw it out. He just pretended to throw it out. So I was like, okay, it's dead now. Like that's it. Nothing can survive that fall. And then the next time we went there, they forgot to take the thing outside of the toilet, and it happened again. And that's it. I was inconsolable beyond that point. It was just nothing. I learned for the first time that some evil just cannot be destroyed. Some evil cannot be it's indestructible. It's timeless. It's evil out of time, out of space, out of it's evil from another dimension. And yeah, so that's the kind of fear that I want to instill with my next manipulation. So it's going to be a face of something. I'm going to like super. What I definitely have a thing with faces. I would say, um, if I'm like self-analyzing myself just based on these kind of childhood nightmares. This is really, it's really telling. I don't know. I'm not sure what it's telling, but it's definitely telling something. Okay, so I like to give this thing like a kitchen knife in its hand or something. Maybe that's too obvious, though. I think it's fine the way it is, at least for now. So I'm going to get some faces of things. Oh, not this. Some faces of other things, and we're going to create like a composite face out of it. And then I'm going to superimpose that face on something. So let's get like a smiley kind of like no stock image, happy person. Happy person. Oh, I'm on this again. Let's get like a business. Businessman. Did I mean businessman? I meant businessman. There you go. Look at all these smiling assholes. What? Let's get a larger one. Okay, this person looks like, but I don't like that he has no background. Let's get one that has a background. This one. You're right. I don't know if I can get it though. It's just going to give me a tiny. Yeah. Come on. Come on. I want the smugness. I want a smug businessman. Yeah, okay. But this is not like a business setting. It's just a dude in a suit. Surely there is a stock image out there for me. Alright, let's get this one. Happy smiling businessman with colleagues. Alright, now let's get like some hideous stuff. Insects, close up. Okay. That's amazing that they can do this. This kind of photography, they love that stuff. Alright. Let's get some more. These I think these images are like all from the same camera almost. They're like the light is so even on all of them. This maybe I could have used if it wasn't cropped this way. It's kind of cropped in a bad way. Oh hey. Hey though. That's better. But these are small. Yeah. They don't let us see the nice ones. Okay. Praying mantis. A little obvious, but why not? I want something a little grosser. I kind of like this. The focus is not great, but we can maybe work with this. And then let's get like, oh yeah, spider. Let's get arachnids. Arachnid. Spiders look very wise up close. There's something about these like dark beady eyes of theirs. Look at that. That's not scary, that's beautiful. They're such beautiful things. Maybe a scorpion close up. I'd never seen a scorpion. Nobody dares get close enough to actually get. I want something kind of hideous. Let's get like a larva. You know what I meant. They're not really that terrifying. Oh, that is terrifying. They're not really that hideous, honestly. But like extreme close up. This one is not too bad. This dragonfly or whatever this is. And I know that dragonflies are vicious. They would mess you up if they were big enough to. Okay, I just need a couple more here maybe. And that really should do it. Wasp, no. Oh, you know what's hideous? Not hideous, but like bats are kind of. Yeah. They're just the way that their face is kind of squished, and that like happy leer that they have, or something. I think that's why they get bad rep. Maybe those owls that hunt at night with the really like pale face. These ones. Barn owl. Yeah. This is the stuff of nightmares. Let's get this one. Right. I think we have enough for now. I might get a tiny bit more, but I think we have enough for now. Unless I see something really. That's a wasp, I'm guessing, or a bee. Yeah. I want something with like massive like teeth. What's going on? Maybe this thing. Alright. Anyway, that's enough for now. Let's just start putting this thing together. Yeah, I have plenty here. Where is our businessman? Okay, so let's get this stuff in there. Let's bring this in. Really? Ugh, it's going to be like that. Okay. Come on. Alright, start here. Photoshop, you're being real difficult today. I don't know why. But you just are. Alright, let's start working with this. So, let's take all of this stuff down here. And let's change the... I just want to see what this does. No, 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 soft light, no. Okay, fine. So let's just yeah, let's just mask this thing. I anyway know what I need, so I'm not too worried. I just want the face, obviously. And I don't even need like the plumage around. I can kind of use that natural brown feather line that's happening here. God, these things are terrifying. You never see them. They come to you. They fly so softly and silently. They're like the perfect killers. Check your barn doors. Get out. Right. Cool. This will do for now. So, Command T. Oh, hello. Someone did a half-assed job. Okay, good. Let's put this on here. And I think really what I want from this is mostly the eyes and maybe a part of the beak. Because of all the eyes that I'm going to get, I think these are the scariest. Yeah. Okay, so gonna work a little less aggressive on this. Look at that beak. Jeez Louise. I need more fuzziness on the brush. Much more fuzziness. To blend it in. Right. Right. Maybe make it a bit bigger here. I kinda deleted a bit of the beak that I didn't want to delete. There you go. And then bring that in. So this is already, I would say, somewhat unsettling. um, like, you know what I mean? But let's see if we can bring it a little further. So let's bring our next contestant here. I really want the like massive like teeth things that the ant has. Okay, what? How is this Halloweeny? This is just like barn sounds. It's gonna be kind of a drag to cut out, and I think it might take a lot longer. But I just want to see, I want to get an idea of what I'm even looking for. Do I want the legs at all? I don't think I do. Maybe just the very front ones, because they are kind of fun. Yeah, it's unfortunate that this particular bug was shot on the background that it was shot on. Swig is killing me. Would have been nicer if I had like a little bit more contrast to work with. But I guess when you're like taking a shot of an ant in extreme close-up, you can't really hope for that level of control. You're gonna get whatever background you're going to get. That's okay. I'll work with it. I'll make it work. I'll just get an extra fuzzy brush. And try and get in there. Alright, so I don't need this. I don't need like the casing. I don't need the head. I just need the legs maybe. And the teeth. And maybe the tentacles. Is really all I want from this. So all of this can go fish. And again, I'm doing this kind of the wrong way. Definitely the longer way than you would. Let's bring the hardness down even more. I'm just going to like really half-ass it here. Because I just want the molars. The chompers. I just want to chomp. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Okay. Don't even tell me about the fringes, I am well aware. I love this. I love this. All of this nastiness here. Okay, I don't know why I said that. But I do. I meant it. I said it. And you know what? I meant it. Just the chompers. Chomper, chomper. You know what? I do want this bit though. Maybe. Potentially. Man, these things are... like bizarre. Ants are like so strong for their size. I think they're like either the most or one of the most strong, like in, you know, for their size, like strongest things that's ever lived on this planet. I read somewhere that an ant can carry 10 times its body weight on its own. And like obviously an ant weighs like a tenth of a gram or whatever, but no, that can't be right. I've seen ants carry stuff that was more than a gram. But yeah, like that's why they need those massive like chomper things so that they can really get in there. Just haul it. Alright, that's about it for that. Alright, the rest of the chomper here. Doing kind of a lazy job at it again, but you know, I might not even end up using any of this. It's kind of like shot on a wonky angle. But we'll see. I'm quite satisfied with even just what the barn owl gave me. And if, oh no, that's way too much. It started well and then I kept going. Yeah, there it is. Make this smaller. To the point. I can kind of cut it out without it looking too bad. And again, for those of you who actually know their way around Photoshop, I know this is like, you know, this is not the way to do it. But here we are. I don't know if this is even a part of it, but I'm gonna keep it. And then just the legs here. Oh my goodness, this is so much work for something that I don't even know is worth it. Let's make the brush quite a bit bigger. Let's make it somewhat more fuzzy. Start moving. Gotta work a little faster with this stuff. Alright, fine. Alright, there we go. I am going to get rid of this. That's way too much there. It's just, I'll bring that section back in a moment. Alright, is this close enough? Yeah, this is fine. Alright, so let's look at what we got here. I like the tentacles. And that's about it. So let's transform this thing. Let's move this to the side here. I'm gonna just get the tentacles on this. Mix that in there. Tiny bit. So this actually kind of appear like it's popping out of his forehead. Wee-hee. Alright, good stuff. I would again move this up a touch. Maybe rotate it, or make it like a tiny bit smaller and rotate it. Good. Now, which one is it? It's this one. Okay. Where's my brush? Again, large size brush. Get all of this fuzz out of the way. That one, none of it. That one, none of it. Alright, now let's bring the other one in. Where you at? Come on, don't be shy. And brush this stuff out. This stuff out. And this stuff out. Just keep the teeth. See what that looks like. So bring that in. There's a lot of like fuzz here. Again, I'm very much doing a fast work here because I want to show you as much as I can in the little time that we have. But you know what? I don't like it. I just don't like it. Bye. I'm gonna keep the tentacles for now, and that's it from this. Now let's look at the next one up. This image is massive, just size-wise. Do I want anything from this? I already have neat eyes. You know what? I'm just gonna move this down for now. Let's see if I find something better. Praying mantis will be a breeze to cut, which I like. Unlike the ant. And I kind of like the friendly smile. Praying mantis kind of looks like they want to do business, which is what we're all about today. So let's just do this real quick. I don't really need the tentacles, I don't really need the neck, so I'm gonna get rid of this. It's out of focus too, so no need for that at all. I do want the smile. And let's mask it off, see what we get. Did I make a copy of it? Why did I do that? Right. And then everything but the eyes, I would say. I don't need the eyes. But this can kind of be like the mask. Well, we'll see. We'll see what it does. So let's start by just brushing out this. And honestly, I regret a little bit. I should have made the brush less fuzzy for this one because it's kind of like very structured lines. Just need to follow the outline of the shell here, really. And it will look fine. What's with the bubbling? This scary music from a hot spring? It's a really bizarre station. Okay, let's bring that in, see what that looks like. Command T that. Command T that some more. Command T that even more. I like it. I like that it's grossing me out. But I do want to retain the human teeth in the smile somehow. It's not bad, I want the teeth here. So I'm gonna get those. Maybe make this like a touch smaller, just a touch. And it would line up perfectly. Okay, great. Now, yeah, let's get that. And then it really looks like it's growing out of his face. Let's make this a little bit smaller, and I just want to get some of that T section here. Bring the hardness down to maybe 60. Nope. There it is. There's that smile. You know what? I kind of like it's like enclosing it. It doesn't make sense anatomically, obviously, but I'm not complaining. Alright, let's see. You can't even see the teeth, but I like that they're there. Alright, let's carry on here. Who's next? I guess we only have the grasshopper left. Also, nice set of teeth on this grasshopper. And also, I don't think it will be difficult to cut. Although it is a bit out of focus. But, you know, we'll make it work. get this eye. Yeah, it's more than a bit out of focus. Like, the front of the face is in perfect focus and everything else is pretty much out. But again, it's an amazing shot, and obviously you can't complain. Especially given the fact that I've like just stolen it from this poor photographer's website without even crediting them, which is not really okay. Alright, so let's see what we get here. Here's all this. Oh, weird. Got a missing chunk right in the middle here. So let's brush that in. Did not even notice that. Yeah. Alright. Now, what do we want from this thing? What do I like here? I think I like this green front for like the forehead. Make that work somehow. And then these teeth are going to be there somehow. So let's break this thing into two. One of them I'm hiding right now. And then this one is just going to be this. So again, I'd probably be better off using something like the selection tool or the select and mask tool, or just do it with the pen tool like a normal person. But it is Halloween and I do what I want, and that's what I want, is to do things the slow, stupid way. Don't ask me why. Okay. Now that I've cut the teeth out, I almost regret it. I think it would have been neat that for this person to have teeth on like their forehead. But you know, live and learn. And this base of the tentacle thing is going to be the base for this guy's tentacles. I'm gonna make them line up somehow. Or try to anyway. Alright, so let's try this thing. Again with the dog. I really don't like that dog a bit. Ooh, this is kind of cool. This is giving me like, whoa, look at that. Yeah. Actually. Maybe just bring that receding hairline a bit. In. Get out. And maybe, but then it doesn't line up. Okay, yeah. No, it was fine before. Change the rotation a touch. And then just squish it.
Visit our chilling, fantastic, blood-curdling, creepy, haunted, spooky website at HalloweenRadio.net.
And then, yeah, just squish it in like this. Squish it. Eventually I will get it right. There you go. One of those eyes is slit out a bit, but that's fine. It doesn't make sense at all, this person, but need to squish it a little bit more. Is all. Squish it, squish it. Yeah, that's what I need. I wonder what this would look like flipped though. Much better, I think. Receding hairline comes from here. A little too much. Honestly, I liked this image the most when it was just the owl. Sometimes you gotta just step back and acknowledge that less is more. That's really all I need. Man, those owls. Just gonna get in there and like line this up a bit better. Yeah. Just gonna bring the opacity down to see that the eyes are, oh yeah, they're spot on now. Actually, I kind of like that weird opacity effect. Just enough to see the like humanity there. No, it's bad. Yeah, this is it. This is all you need. I don't really need to even do much here. If I wanted to really sell this, like I would apply a little bit of shadow to the beak, and obviously do a better job at just cutting out the beak. That's it. I hate how easy it is sometimes. It's like too easy. Okay, I'm gonna save this to the desktop. Um, yeah, I'm trying to think about maybe this bug, which we haven't really looked at in much depth. Maybe this can give me something that I'm missing. Though honestly, I don't see what. It's a beautiful shot, but it's not. It's not really what we need. Yeah, less is more. Um, and I think with that in mind, I'm going to call it a night. Actually, so thank you very much, everybody, for joining me for this extra spooky Halloween, and I will see you all next week. Thank you. Bye.